everybody? This is JakTheBomb. I am joined with...
DPWGaming. What's up, guys?
Hey, definitely subscribe to his channel if you have not yet already, because he's awesome, cool, maybe cooler than I am. He's got cool friends. He knows where you live. Whatever.
I know where I live. What?
Well, DPW, isn't that really like the Department of Public Works?
No.
Well, that's what I think of DPW. They're the ones that take out my trash. They're the ones that plow the streets.
I resent that remark.
Sorry for that. Alright, so for all those who are listening to this, it's a new idea, something that DPW and I have been collaborating and pumping up ideas for a while. We want to make this a regular thing, maybe add a bunch of other people, kind of like a podcast. I don't know. Maybe if this goes better, we can say for sure the podcast will be done. But yeah, you and I both have the same views upon the following topics. We can discuss it.
Yep.
Any other ideas? So, do you want to open it up with video game prices?
Yeah, I think that would be a great one.
Nice.
I think, especially when it came to my rant video, I think a month ago, after hearing how the prices are going to go up to like $120, I'm just not going to put it down like that. I'm not going to buy anything. I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very curious to see what the Wii U's prices are going to be. Is Nintendo going to keep it at 50, or are they going to bump it up to 60?
I believe they're going to do this. I believe they're going to go up to 60, because I can understand that, because that's how much they are now for like what Xbox 360 are asking for and so forth. So I wouldn't blame them for going up to 60, but if they do the 120 thing, I'm not even going to try it. I doubt they're going to do that, though. Nintendo's a better company, I think, than that.
Yeah, I mean, just rewatching their E3 press conference, very concerned with what possibilities they've opened up to for all these greedy bastard, developers. EA's John Riccitiello was coming out saying that how we're going to change it from games that you buy to games where you live, and like trying to talk about DLC and all that stuff that he just loves. John Riccitiello just, if he finds any new technology and exploits it for more money.
Yep.
So I'm very afraid with what Nintendo's going to do, and I mean, you pay $60 for a game, and now you don't have to deal with this other shit. But yeah, I think prices are way too high. I think that they really should be around 40, 50 max.
Yeah, because that's how much PS2 games were when they came out. I think 50 would definitely be the max for anything.
Definitely. And the thing is, there's no dynamic pricing. It just seems that, like, last gen, you would have first-party Sony games would be $10 cheaper than third-party games. This generation, no. Everybody is going to release it at $60. And I think
like that
wrong.
fucking Men in Black, I forgot what the name was called, Alien Invasion or whatever. It's a shitty game, and it's $60. 3-hour campaign, graphics are crappy, no real dynamic gameplay, and it's $60. Like, come on. There's just no excuse for this.
Exactly, and they really need to set the bar for a new pricing structure. If a game is short, it shouldn't cost $60. If a game really offers you more, then you could say that that's how it is. I mean, you look at Modern Warfare 3. I bought it at 60 because I had a great time with Modern Warfare 2. I've invested, tons of hours into this game solely on multiplayer, but I felt cheated with Modern Warfare 3 for the lack of decent maps. The game was buggy as hell, and they want to charge me a subscription fee for these map packs and stuff. It just, for the campaign alone was what? 4 hours?
It was 5 hours, not even 5 hours.
Yeah,
my playthrough,
short.
I think, maxed out at 5 hours and like maybe 10 seconds or something.
And it felt like I was watching a movie half the time.
Yeah.
And that's the main issue. Like they're over focusing on the art aspect, and the thing is, I don't like watching a movie when I'm playing a game. The whole point of buying a video game is to play, not to watch, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of Heavy Rain. I think a game like that I can excuse for it because the story was so great, and I don't know, I liked the game. I can't really explain it. I liked how it was. But Modern Warfare, being a first-person shooter, shouldn't have that same effect, I think,
Yeah. I was playing Battlefield 3 the other day for the first time, and I was kind of like... It was kind of a mixture between, like, Half-Life 2, where, you know, you're not really... You don't have to watch every cutscene, you know, they can explain a lot from you just walking around while they're talking. But, of course, you had, like, the stereotypical disbanded military personnel, and he's getting drilled by two people, good cop, bad cop, and you're watching this stupid thing where they're talking about, like, a recap of what happened, why are you here, kind of shit, and it's like the cliches are just up the wazoo in that game. And it seems like they focus more on that than actually the gameplay, because each mission is ridiculously short, and they're very repetitive. It's all, oh, go from this point to this point, oh, you can't get seen by these guys. You know, it just, I don't know. It really... Go ahead.
And on top, like pricing, like Nintendo's doing now. Now they even confirmed that you're able to download, you know, digitally.
Mm-hmm.
My complaint is, seeing how it's not going to be disc-based, it doesn't have a booklet, it doesn't have a case or whatever. Why the fuck is it still $60 or whatever it's going to be compared to the actual game at retail?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that should be it. I think the price should be lower if it's fucking cheaper.
Exactly. I mean, what they're trying to say to people is, oh, no, you're paying for a license. That's what a lot of people think. That's why it is $60. I don't know. Again, it goes back to how much did it cost you to make the game versus how much you should sell it for. You know, you can't tell me that a game that cost $1 million to make should cost exactly the same as a game that cost $12 million to make. That's a problem there. And it goes back to this digital distribution. I think that they're exploiting customers, saying, well, look, you know, they don't weigh out the pros and cons. Pros, yeah, you get it without leaving your couch. You know, you don't have to go out in the rain and go to a mall or order on Amazon and have to wait a few days for it to ship to your house to play. You can just order it. If your internet's fast, you can download it now and then play. But that's one pro, but here's the cons.
There's more cons.
You don't get art books, you don't get nice sexy cases, you don't get an item that you can resell to your friend or to anybody else, and you're forced to keep that game forever. On top of that, the digital distribution methods, they love to change the terms and conditions on you constantly. So yes, you may have paid for this game 2 years ago, and you accepted the terms and conditions 2 years ago, but hey, we decided to change it, and you want to play this game right now, we're going to make you re-sign or agree and sign your life away to new terms, and there's nothing you can do about it. Your only choices are stop playing the game that you purchased 2 years ago, or accept the new terms, which shouldn't apply to a game that you purchased 2 years ago. And that's the issue with, like, Origin. Origin's been very guilty with this. They changed the terms. I told them to go fuck themselves, and I got a refund. But not everybody does that. But Steam is great. I think Steam is fine because they have constant sales. So they're doing it right. Yes, they do charge full price when their game releases. When Left 4 Dead 2 came out, they were charging $50. It was still $10 cheaper than the 360, but typically PC games are $10 cheaper.
Yeah.
But that game within 3 or 4 months dropped down to like $20. And then I bought it for $3. They had this whole sale. And that's the deal, you know, where Steam gets it. They understand that, yes, there are going to be people who will buy it at full price. And you can't say that those people are entirely wrong. But they do make it worthwhile where, you know what, I have no problem throwing away $4 for a game if I can't resell it. $4 is nothing. You know, I'll gladly buy a game for $4. But yeah, they really have to look into how to make digital distribution worthwhile. I think there has to be a price cap. You cannot sell it at the same price because you are relinquishing your first sale doctrine. You're relinquishing, you know, all these rights that you would have had anyway. And I think that it's a very dangerous model.
One of the things I have a problem with when it comes to the digital downloads is that, like you said, you can't sell it to a friend, but you also can't bring it to their place. Or what happens if they destroy the servers altogether? Like, they don't have servers for that game, like, you know, ever again for online. you're pretty much stuck with a game that you can only either play story mode on, or, you know, if you're done with that, you're not going to ever play it again. What are you going to do with that game? It's garbage.
Well, there was another one that, like, brought up a good point. I forget who it was. Ah, damn, I really wish I knew who it was. I watched the video this past week. A guy said that take a game like Dead Nation. Was it Dead Nation? No, Dead Island.
Mm-hmm.
The game was unplayable at launch because the game was so broken. You had to download day one updates and stuff to fix it. What happens if you go 10 years from now and you can't update that game? You know, you buy a PlayStation 3 used and you pop in that game, and because the online features are no longer available, you cannot download the updates that were required to even play the damn thing.
Exactly.
And that falls back on, like, digital distribution. Okay, what if you spent all this money with Valve, right? And you know, let's say you spent $300 or $400 buying games on their platform. They go out of business. What the fuck are you gonna do? You just basically relinquished $400 of value.
Yep.
Same thing with Origin. Let's say Origin's an utter complete failure. You're fucked. You cannot rebuy your games. I mean, you can rebuy them, but why would you? You know, you already paid for them, and